In today's video, we're going to be covering some of the best pressure washer upgrades that you can currently get on the market right now. So if you're looking to level up on your detailing, then boy is this video going to be right up your street. In at number one, it's the Stubby Gun. Now, I'm sure you've seen a load of these floating around on Instagram. You can get them in all different sort of shapes and sizes and prices. This one is an Mtm Sgs 28, aka one of the best ones that money can currently buy. Now, what's great about this one is the solid build quality, the lightweight design, and the lack of hand fatigue that you're going to get. Just look at the trigger on that. It is as soft as it possibly gets. Now, that's one of the biggest flaws when you buy a standard pressure washer. The Lances that come with it, they don't have a soft grip. They are quite tiring on the hand. So if you're going to be using your machine for quite a long period of time, it doesn't always work out and you can get an achy hand. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but believe me, it does happen. So you've got two options. When it comes to going for a Stubby Gun, you can go for standard ones which have got brass fittings, or you can go for better built stainless steel ones. Now, it all depends on your budget. Stainless steel ones are always going to be your best bet for long-term use, but I understand better than anybody that you can't always just splash out big money straight away, because these are not the cheapest things that money can buy right now. So it depends on how mad you want to go with your detailing business, whether it's just something for you, like cleaning your car once a week. There's so many different factors which you should really consider before you jump in and buy one of these. If you're going to be spending nearly 90 quid on a new gun and you're going to be using it once a month, it probably won't be the right thing for you. But if you're going to be using it on a daily basis for your business, then this is essential. So the Stubby Gun is one of the most important factors, but what about having these quick releases? The quick release for me is going to be the best thing that you're going to need. Let's just give you a couple of examples right here. God, I love that sound. So this is your typical tip that you've gotten if you're using the shorthand feature. Now, changing it is as easy as this. Well, I'm trying to do it in front of the camera, but you see how quick that is. So if I go from my snow foam cannon back over to my tip, just like that, quick and easy. There's no hassle, there's no faffing involved. For me, this is an essential part of being a mobile valeter, because you have to get around a car very quickly. You can't be faffing about, and this is where I've mentioned before with other Karchers that you can get. The Karcher Lance is diabolical when you're trying to take the snow foam cannon off, pull it, push it, twist it. It doesn't always work. I just want to be able to go boom, unclip, and clip back in as and when. And that's the way you should do things. Now, these are stainless steel fittings as well, I might add. And you need these because they're going to last a lot longer. What you will find is the brass ones will oxidize so quickly, especially when they react with the water as well from inside your van and constantly getting wet all the time. It is going to start to seize up pretty quickly. So go for durability, go for stainless steel fittings, and you can't go wrong. The next upgrade you cannot live without is the snow foam cannon. Yes, I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit weird because you've been preaching about how powerful these pressure washers are. And yes, a pressure washer can be very powerful and it can clean a car on its own to a certain extent, but you're never going to get the same results. If you stood there with a really powerful pressure washer, you could still find that some of the dirt and some of the dust is still going to be sitting onto that paintwork where it's just got into it. So you're going to need to get yourself a decent snow foam cannon. Now you can get them in all different shapes and sizes. They vary from anywhere from up to £20 all the way up to £90, one of the top of the range ones, which is what I've got here. And this is the Mtm PF 22.2. Now, if you are a beginner detailer, you do not need to go for that. I've done several snow foam videos before in the past. If you want to go for something cheaper like the MJJC from China, you can get them and they will do a very good job. Also, the other ones I've used was from Dual Car Care, but I did have a few issues with that one as well. Mainly it kept breaking. So there are so many different prices and things that you need to look out for. The average price going for snow foam cannons in the UK is around £35 to £40 if you want to get a good one. So the next upgrade I want to talk about is getting a decent hose. Now, every single pressure washer is completely different. So it depends on the manufacturer, and I want to give you a couple of examples. I've got a Karcher K7 here, I've got a Nifisk P180, and I've also got the Arva P80, which is coming next week. Now, I have had a look at the Arva as well. They have pretty amazing hoses already built in, as do the Nifisk, but the Karcher, it kinks up so much. So it depends on the type of machine that you've currently got. Some machines just curl up and they kink, and they're not very good, those hoses. So you need to make sure that you understand a bit about the machine that you're using first, and you have to try it out and see what works for you. I tend to keep things around 10 meters from my hose as well. The reason being, if I had something that was over 20 meters, yes, it's good, but what you will find is if it starts curling up and getting knotted, and you can get these hoses that are really chunky and heavy and they don't always work. For me, I had some brilliant advice once. Someone said to me, because I bought one of those chunky, really heavy hoses, he said, "Why have you gone and bought one of them? You're such an idiot." And I was thinking, well, hang on a minute, it's thicker, it's better. He's like, no, it's just heavier. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to have a heavy hose dragging along the floor, which means you're actually going to increase the chance of splitting the hose. Whereas if you've got a lighter hose, you're actually going to reduce that risk altogether. And just before we go, we are featuring another video all about domestic pressure washer upgrades and accessories. And we've got loads from the Nifisk core range. So if you're interested in patio cleaning or trying out something a little bit different, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications. As for me, I'll be back with another video in a couple of days.